part of what makes church messy, if you're really seeing the church raised up out of the culture, is that you're going to find that just your average person who is not sure that they believe Jesus is the Son of God and aren't even sure they believe there's a God are seeking, and God's doing something in their life behind the scenes, and so they will come. And when they come, then they might even want to get involved. And involvement actually is one of the best ways for them to start to feel a part and build the relationships necessary for them to really open up to the message of Christ. What we can do is say, we're going to hold a bar here on spiritual leadership. So in our church, if someone is going to spiritually lead somebody else, we want to know that they really truly are following Christ, and that their life and core beliefs demonstrate that, so that they are leading people toward following Christ. So spiritual leaders, we set a high bar, but there are a lot of ways that we want to encourage people to get involved. So, I was just thinking today about how in the early days of our church, a guy who was homeless for years and started coming, he came to faith because we needed him to help us wrap cords. And he was like, really? You would want me to be a part of something having to do with the church? And he belonged, he made friends, he came to faith. The same way, there was a woman who was really turned off by church, wanted nothing to do with Christ, but came and started serving in our compassion ministries, and then said, you guys may not realize it, but sexual abuse and domestic violence is a real problem, even with people in the church. And you're not doing anything about it. And we said to her, I think that's something that God would want us to do. Tell us more. And so she started telling us more, and we started saying, I think that would be on God's heart. And we said to her, now, you can't lead yet in that area because, we're not on the same page with what we believe about Christ. But if we could help you explore whether what Jesus claimed is true and real, and you can embrace that, would you help us figure out what would this ministry to people who have been sexually abused or, in domestic violence relationships, what would that look like? And it was a beautiful thing, because what God did through that is got her involved. She came to faith in Christ, and she helped us birth a ministry that is ministered to really hundreds and hundreds of women. You have to define the church not as certain people who sit in certain seats on a certain day of the week. You have to define the church by the fruit you see in someone's life. But hey, that's exactly how Jesus said to define it.